Hey there, YouTubers! JabeerIni here, and welcome to Taste Tests from the Basement. Okay, so here we are, pint glass ready for the taste test. So, as you might have seen in the title of the video, today's turn is what I call the Black Magic IPA. And I called it Black Magic because, well, you'll see. So this beer is essentially my conception of what a black IPA should be and what it should look like and taste like. There's a lot of positions, a lot of rivalry and hate, and I don't think beer should be like that. I think beer should be something fun. So here is my recipe. In case you haven't seen the brewing video, click in the top right corner and you'll be redirected to the brewing day. And I'm going to tell you what I call the taste test basics. So, considering that the original gravity was 1060 and the final gravity was 1014, you might see in this picture that I'm showing you that it looks like 1023, but I just realized that it's not calibrated. It wasn't calibrated. So when I tested it with water, I realized it was not 1000, but 1004. So I just made the math, and final gravity therefore was 1019, with which we get an ABV percentage of 5.38 according to Brewer's Friends ABV calculator. So we can call it 5.4% ABV. I kegged that beer. Before kegging it, I cold crashed it, transferred it to a secondary fermenter, and then used gelatin as a fining agent to make it even clearer. I kegged it and I force carved it probably 5 days ago, more or less, and then I had to try it because from the keg I bottled one beer. I realized I'm not really good at carbonating beer in a keg. I haven't dedicated that much time, but it's a process I still have to learn, and in fact I still don't have a very good management of the pouring pressure. So sometimes it's way too strong and sometimes it's well, a pity. But in any case, let's try and see what that beer looks and tastes like. Okay, so here we go. And here we have it. Wow. There's a lot of foam. There's a lot of foam, and it's settling nicely. And here you have it. It's foam party. It's just coming down nicely and settling. Here it's very compact. Look at this. It's almost like, like whipped cream, and it's incredibly super good. Now I'm telling you, I'm really proud of this recipe. I won't hold it. I'll just say it up front. The result is here. As you can see, it's a beer that has got a dark color. It's a little cold. So if you see, it's got a nice reddish hue. And, well, yeah, I would say it's fairly clear. So if you add some sort of light, then you'll see that it's dark and it's got some reddish hues. I could have made it darker, but I was afraid that it could impact the flavor. So that's the looks. Now, the smell. It smells. If I had my eyes closed and I hadn't seen this beer, and someone asked me, what beer do you think this is? What style of beer do you think this is? Then I would undoubtedly say it's an IPA, because it smells like an IPA, and that's that is a signal that we're doing things right. So it smells a lot like Cascade, and that's from the smell. I smell pure hoppiness. Super good. looks like a dark beer, black. Looks like a stout. It looks like it would. It could be a stout from the looks. Nice beige head, which as you can see is not gone. Very good lacing, as you can see here. I'm so proud of this beer in so many ways. So let's go to the most relevant part of the taste test. Cheers! And this is what made me really, or the most happy about this beer, is that it tastes like a very fine ale. I don't know if it was the gelatin that really cleared the beer and also cleared it from a palate perspective, but this beer tastes like a very fine ale. You know, like one of those really good craft beers. It tastes like this. It definitely took my homebrewing experience to a new level. I'm not sure if it was the recipe. The recipe is pretty standard, you know, apart from dark grains called steeped. The rest is like an IPA, and I've brewed IPAs like hundreds of times, and I never got this level of finesse. I don't know how to describe it. It's just a very fine beer. It's delicate. All the flavors are really sharp. Mostly the hops. The hops are alive here. Oh, another thing I hadn't done that I did with this beer is that I dry hopped this beer at 10 degrees. I had never done that. I normally just dry hop at the regular temperature, which is around 20. But I had never dry hopped at 10 degrees. So probably that had something to do as well. I'm telling you, hops are so alive in this beer that I could drink gallons of this beer. I'm not getting tired of it. Predominantly Cascade. Actually, there's not a lot of Willamette that is perceivable here. It's just that Cascade took over the beer, and it's a hop I really like, so I'm super happy on the hop side. That's a neighbor and his bike. From the malt side, god damn it, he refuses to leave, so he's there riding his motorcycle. So in summary, what I think is that this is not the result of only one factor. I think brewing at this specific temperature, which was a single infusion, 67 degrees, even if I didn't do the protein rest and all that step mash that I normally do, it's got super nice body, very nice lacing. I wonder if I should just copy and paste this method for all the rest of the beers to see if I really get the same result. So that was single infusion, super simple. Then fermentation was 20 degrees, stable at 20 degrees. Then dry hop 10 degrees, then cold crash, then gelatin, and then kegged it. And force carved it. And here's what we got. So it might look like a lot of steps and a lot of unnecessary complication, but look, if I can get a beer like this following those steps, it's definitely worth it. For the time being, if you like what you see, like, and don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching. Cheers and black magic, like this fabulous black IPA. Cheers and beers.